Hello YouTube, my name's Nero, and today we have another episode of Chem Strike Saturday. Now, Chem Strike Saturday, if it's perhaps your first time ever watching the video series, is a weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in Chem Strikes and I show them off and stuff. That's what we do here. Now, this one was sent in by a guy named Unpriced, alright? And he's been on, I think, a bunch of different episodes of Chem Strike Saturday. He usually gets some pretty unique Chem Strikes, and he usually gets them pretty quickly. And I like that, and he sent in this one. I'm like, you know what? We're going to do this, because the map Stormfront, to me, is one of, if not the, worst map in Call of Duty Ghosts. I just don't like this map at all, alright? Now, there's a couple ways I found, like, success in playing this map, right? Usually, it involves taking over the buildings. The building he's underneath right now, kind of hiding in this corner as the person's up above him. One of the things you can do is you can run through that building. And oftentimes, you're going to find a lot of people in there. And the same thing goes for across the street when you're towards the C flag, right? You can find a lot of people in that building. There's multiple spawn points, both around the C flag and, of course, at the end of the street. And there's multiple spawn points when the enemy team is at the A flag inside the building, as well as, you know, on the street by the A flag. And the best thing to do is usually just kind of run through those buildings. Well, there's a whole other strategy you could use, and it involves taking over the B flag, right? And that's what our man Unpriced here is going to be doing throughout this video. Now, if you played this map, I'm sure you've used something similar to what he's doing in this video. Maybe you're not using a light machine gun like he is, I'm using the M27, but you've probably used these corners here on Stormfront to your advantage, right? You probably used it, and he just goes in there and takes that guy out. You probably use it at some point. You probably come in here, use this grass, use this corner, and it actually works pretty well. I mean, usually when I do this, you can't really go to it too much. You kind of got to keep moving around, but you can usually pick off a lot of people from staying underneath this rooftop, or what would you call this? This window? It's a really goofy looking building. I'm just going to call it the corner. We're going to chill here in this corner as people jump out of the windows and you shoot them in the back. Now, the trick of that is not to go to the well too often. Don't just sit in that corner and expect to be able to get yourself a chem strike, because eventually someone's going to catch on that you're only sitting in that corner, right? And as you can see, people are starting to kind of come after him. They're going to find you. They're going to realize what you're doing. So you kind of got to keep moving around a little bit. But for the majority here, Mr. Unpriced just kind of went back and forth between two corners and gets a chem strike, which I thought was funny. I mean, it's a rather quick chem strike. He's basically defending the B flag. I mean, I wouldn't say he's doing everything he could to defend the B flag, but he's defending it better than most of his teammates. I mean, he's up here stopping the entire enemy team from getting towards the B flag by himself, while his teammates really aren't making much of a push towards B. I think by looking at the minimap, we see a few people might be inching their way over towards B, but for the most part, it's only him up here with his LMG, and he ends up taking out enough people to earn himself a chem strike, basically by going from corner to corner, which is just funny. He actually comes up here, and they all spawn below the A flag and takes up 3 people right there on the A flag. Meanwhile, his teammates captured the B flag, which is very nice. We're going to skip forward here towards the end of the video where he actually calls in the chem strike. You guys can see that go off, and you guys can see his final score, or at least what might have been his final score, because he didn't show the final score of the video. The chem strike just goes off, and then he just kind of cuts off the video. Alright, so I kind of shows to you guys, but a score of 60 and 14 with 2 captures. I think that was pretty good overall. Defending the B flag for the most part throughout the video, taking everybody out, and like I say at the beginning of the video, man, I don't think Stormfront is that good of a map, so to get 60 kills on Stormfront and to do that well, get a chem strike using a light machine gun, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Chem Strike Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. If you guys like to have your guys' chem strikes on next week's episode of Chem Strike Saturday, everything you guys need to see is on your screen right now. No commentary, no color correction, disable resample, which is known as ghosting, which causes the video to kind of look crappy, like choppy. So try and disable resample when you're rendering out your video, and try to do it at 60 frames per second. That will definitely help that out. Upload to YouTube as unlisted, link me via personal message here on YouTube, and that is everything you need to know about Chem Strike Saturday and how all that works. If you guys like to check out our guy Unpriced here, he's been on a few episodes of Chem Strike Saturday, definitely more than 1, probably more than 2. Maybe 3. He's been on a lot of episodes of Chem Strike Saturday. He sends in really good stuff every week. He has his own channel, and it's centered around gaming, specifically Call of Duty Ghost. Alright, you go to his channel, the man's got 8 chem strikes up on his YouTube channel in the 1 month that he's been on YouTube, which is pretty nice. He doesn't upload super frequently, but when he does, it's usually a chem strike. So if you guys want to check him out, definitely worth a look. He's got some good gameplay up there. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Chem Strike Saturday. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.